Hey everybody, I'm here to share one of the prayers of Isaiah. There were many prayers that he prayed, but I want to speak about the prayer that he prayed from Isaiah chapter 64. I'm going to read verse 1 through 2. It says, "Oh, that thou would rend the heavens, that thou would come down, that the mountains may flow down at thy presence, as when the melting fire burneth. The fire causeth the water to boil, to make thy name known to thy adversaries, that the nations may tremble at thy presence." This prayer is a continuation of a prayer that Isaiah prayed in the previous chapter, chapter 63, verse 11 through 13. This prayer, Isaiah was praying that his people would be released from captivity, that they would go back to Jerusalem, their home. So Isaiah, in essence, was standing as an intercessor between him and his people and God. He asked the Lord to show himself mighty in this chapter, whereas we would see Isaiah asking the Lord to rend the heavens. In other words, tear down the heavens, come down, that the mountains will even flow in the presence of the people, that the adversaries will know that you are God. Isaiah prayed such a beautiful prayer, such a powerful prayer. He wasn't playing. He asked God to tear the heavens. How many times you hear people pray like that? Tear down the heavens and come down, that the mountains might flow down at your presence. See, here's the thing. Isaiah knew that God was powerful, that even the mountains will tremble in his presence. And he also said that that the melting fire burneth, that causes the water to even boil. Come on. How many think like that when you're praying? God, show yourself mighty. And when you come down, everybody is going to know who you are. Everybody is going to know that you don't play. Perhaps Isaiah prayed this way because he, at one point in time, he did see the splendor of God, whereas the heaven opened, and he saw as if the train of the Lord coming in the temple, and the glory of the Lord filled the place. So Isaiah, no wonder, would pray in this vein. That's in Isaiah chapter 6, verse 1 through 8, when he had that visitation from the Lord. This was his prophetic call. This was his commissioning into the prophetic ministry. And so Isaiah, in other words, saying, God, I've seen your glory before. I've seen what you can do. And now, God, I am pleading with you to intervene now from heaven. And guess what? God did intervene from heaven. And God did show himself mighty. When the people of the children of Israel, might I say, when they were leaving Egypt to go back to Jerusalem, God did actually shake Mount Sinai. God did shake the mountains for the people. And so that was to say that I don't play about my people. Isaiah was concerned about his people. He asked God to come and do something again, and God did it. So to sum this up, Isaiah interceded on behalf of his people, and God showed up. Not only did he show up, but God showed out because of the prayer of Isaiah. Isaiah was a prophet who prayed and not played. Isaiah knew that his prayer would bring effective change. He stood in a gap, interceding for his people. This is what prophets ought to do. Pray, stand in the gap, intercede for your country. We don't have time to play. If we're going to be about God's business and we're going to see effective change, then that means we need to submit ourselves to prayer. So again, this is one of the many prayers of Isaiah, pleading with him to show himself mighty in front of his adversaries, that the adversaries will back up and his people will be taken out of captivity to go back to their homeland. And so if you are a prophet and you're not praying, I don't know what you're doing. You need to pray and seek God for the answers. That's all I got to say about it. Prophets ought to be prayerful. God bless you, and hope to see you in the next video. Or maybe you've seen the other videos about praying prophets. If you haven't, I need you to go and look at that playlist that I have of the praying prophets. If you're not praying, repent and return back to your duty. Prayer is a big part of the prophetic ministry.